Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joyce McTeer, and I am the owner and operator of LaJoycha Creations Designs. Happy New Year, everyone. This is my very first DIY Monday. I had to bring it to you, ladies and gentlemen, later today, considering the fact that I had my grandson all day. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're going to be making a Egyptian teardrop earring. And these are the items that you are going to need for this DIY. You're going to need your round nose pliers, your wire cutters. You're going to need 2 pieces of 12 gauge wire. These pieces are 13 inches long, okay? I've already cut them. You're going to need your ruler to measure them, to cut them. These are some teardrop acrylic beads that I have, and this is what I'm going to be using right here. You are going to need a quarter, and you're going to need some coral shells, 2 coral shells, and I have some 2 sterling silver posts. Now, you don't have to have sterling silver, but that's what I prefer. And you're going to need 2 pieces of 20 gauge wire, okay? And my 20 gauge wire is 36 inches long, okay? So you're going to need 2 pieces of 20 gauge wire, 36 inches long. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, y'all, so I had to go, I needed a surface where it was flat, and I couldn't do it on where I was. So I had to come in here. I have a flat surface, and I have my quarter, and I have my 12 gauge wire. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to shape my earring using my quarter. So I'm going to just kind of sort of bend it just a tad bit. I'm going to place it, push it down just like that. And then I'm going to start making a series of wraps, like rolling it and rolling it. And as I'm rolling it, you want to hold it as tight as you can get it, okay? Hold it as tight as you can get it. You want it to be nice and stiff, okay? Nice and stiff. So I'm going to continue to roll it, and it don't look like I'm doing anything, but I am actually rolling it. I'm rolling it together, and you just want to continue to do that because you want the shape. You want it to have a certain shape, okay? You just keep going around and keep going around. And you're going to have some extra left, but don't worry about that. And you keep going all the way around. Whoops. Excuse me, y'all. I got my nose is acting real funny today. All right, y'all. So pretty much, and pull it as tight as you can get it. This is pretty much what we want. Okay, this is the shape that we are going to have. Okay, so this is what we want. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the next step. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take our ruler, and we're just going to measure and see how long our piece is right here. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is, I think, an inch long. Yes. So it's about an inch long, and what we want to do is we want to cut half of an inch. Okay? We want to cut off a half of an inch. Okay, so we cut that off. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our round nose pliers, and we are going to make a loop, okay? So we're going to make a loop. Okay, just like that. So this is pretty much what your piece should look like. Okay, now the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take this wire, our 20 gauge wire, and we're going to start wrapping our earring. Okay, don't worry about this piece right here because that's going to be pretty much covered. So we're going to take our wire, take our earring, and we're going to come stick it from the back to the front, place it over top, come up about an inch of your wire, push it down, just like that. Let me show you what you should have. It's going to look just like this, okay? And we're going to pull it as tight as we can get it, okay? And then we're going to press it to kind of hold it in place. So you just want to come down just a little bit where that piece is right there where we cut. And then we're just going to start wrapping it, okay? We're going to start wrapping it. And it's going to be a lot of wire, so just, you know, just bear with it. But the thing about this, you want to try to space it in between. So you want to put some spaces in between it, okay? And I'm going to show you what I mean when I say that. Put some spaces. So we don't want our wire close together. We want it to have some space as we're going around in between it, okay? So we don't want it completely together, okay? And we're going to do this around the whole entire earring, okay? So what I'm going to do, for the sake of the video, so it won't be too long, I am going to go around the whole earring, and then I'm going to come back and show you the next step. Okay, everyone, so pretty much this is what your earring is going to start looking like, okay? This piece right here, don't worry about that. We're going to chop that off. But this is what your earring should look like. I have been around the whole entire earring. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to chop off this extra excess right here. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to take our wire and we're going to go back over again. So we're going to go over the top of this. Okay, over the top of our loop. Go to the back and push it through, and then we're going to start wrapping it again. Okay, so we're going to wrap right here, one right there, and you're still going to have a whole lot of wire left over, and we're going to wrap it again. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I am going to start going in between the pieces that I put the gaps in. So this is I'm gonna show you. I'm going to pull this through. Then I'm gonna go between this piece right here. Okay. Pull this through. Wrap it. And then pull it through, and then we're going to go through this piece right here and pull it through. Then we're going to come between these two pieces right here and pull it through. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to give it, it's actually you're giving it a different design. Okay, and this is all you do. You go through once and then you go back through. The second time you go back through, you're just taking it through the holes, the gaps, pretty much. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna go all the way around and then I will be back. Okay, everyone, so I've, I've taken my wire all the way up to the top, and I'm gonna go ahead and add my coral shell. So I'm gonna add that. Okay. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to wrap this wire around my loop, just like this. Okay. We have on our coral shell. It's in place. It's not going anywhere. And I'm going to cut off this excess right here because we don't need it. I'm going to snip that off. Excuse me, y'all. My nose is like really, really, really raggedy. And then we're going to take our round nose pliers and just, excuse me, y'all, squeeze that in so nothing is sticking out. My poor nose. Okay, so this part of the earring has been... Okay, everyone, so I'm back. So you're going to have some extra wire left over, so we're going to take that and we're going to make a loop. Okay, we're going to give it some indentation. This is pretty much what you're going to have. And we're going to add that to our earring. We're going to take and push it up. And then we're going to take our round nose pliers and just squeeze these two pieces together, push this piece here up, and wrap it twice. Okay? We're going to cut the excess off. Pull our wire. And it's going to have some excess right there, so we're going to cut that off because we don't need it. We're going to go in with our round nose pliers to make sure that it is nice and flushed up against the wire. And then we're going to add our acrylic teardrop bead. Okay, we're going to bring that down. We're going to make a loop, and when you make your loop, ladies and gentlemen, please make it to the side. So we're going to make our loop, another loop, and we're going to bring it through and push it up. This is pretty much how it's going to look. We're going to give it a little indentation, just like that. Okay, I hope you all can see that. And then I'm going to take and put my round nose pliers over top of it, like closing it together, and push this piece up like this. And I'm going to start wrapping it around my bead, okay? I'm going to do a series of wraps all the way down. Okay, I'm just going to continue to wrap, and make sure while you're wrapping that you hold it as tight as possible. You want your wraps to be close together, okay? You don't want any gaps in between your wire. You want it to be perfect. So go all the way down. And you can take it down as far as you want to. It depends on what you want. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is, you want to make sure that you end up with your coral shell facing this way. Not this way, but this way, okay? Because you want everything to line up together so that when you put your earrings on, it will hang this way. That's why I said make sure that when you make your loop, you make your loop to the side. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to cut this off a little bit because it's actually a little too long. So I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to just start I'm going to make a loop. Okay. Okay, then I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to keep rolling it and rolling it. Okay. And I'm going to roll it a little bit more because I want it to be high. Okay. And this is it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your earring. And then we're going to put on our fish hook. Just like that. And we're going to close it. And you have yourself a beautiful pair of Egyptian handmade teardrop earrings. Okay, this is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I want to thank you all for joining me for tonight. I'm so sorry that this video was so late, but it couldn't be helped today. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank all my old and new subscribers. Tomorrow's Tuesday show and tell will be a little late also. So I want to thank you all for watching. Y'all have a wonderful and awesome evening. Peace and blessings, everyone. See ya.